Hello, good evening. Uh, my name is Dr. Senegal Phoenix, and this is called Shout. Now, what? It is educational and inspirational channel based on me, my life, my actual life, uh, and based on honesty, transparency, and the need for honest communication. So, this next chronicle will be a little more happier. My daughter told me yesterday, she said, Mom, why don't you put something more with joy in it? But the thing of it is that what you hear from me is not really sad things, not for me. You have to look at it positive because uh, out of that, all those things that I went through, I grew. Uh, I'm more intelligent, I'm more compassionate, I understand people much better. And when these things happen, that's what God intends it to be, a learning moment and a time for growth. And out of that growth, I and my daughter both received many, many blessings. So when the storm comes, don't look at it as something negative. Look at it as something positive that you can learn from. So with this one, like my daughter wanted, it is called Joy Unexplained. Uh, what this is, the first one is this. I was at work and I used to work as a nurse technician and I was pregnant at the time and I was in my eighth or ninth trimester. The baby was to come soon. So I started feeling okay, it's coming, but it would stop. And so when I when my husband picked me up, I told him what was going on. So he took me to the emergency room and they took me to uh, maternity uh, emergency. So I waited there and I would get the, I thought it was the Baxter Hicks thing that it wasn't the baby coming, but it was because I got up to go to the bathroom and all over the floor. I said, oh no, it is coming. So the doctor came in and he looked at me and he examined me and he said I was only 2 or 3 centimeters and that's it. Uh, and he said you need to rest. I had a TV on He turned the TV off. So uh, my husband was there for a little while with me. And then I had to go to work. He had to go to work, rather. And the next thing I knew, I was in my in maternity, but it was the acute care of maternity. And so they admitted me then to that and monitored everything on me. And I remember being in the hallway and my husband said, telling me, wake up, you need to go back to the bed. You don't need to be out here, something could happen. So I did. I got back in the bed and he stayed with me for a long while. Then the next day, the doctor came in and he said, you're only dilated about 3 centimeters and no more. And the baby is in distress and we have to take the baby. So I was a little sad, but those pains was very sharp and very painful. So I was happy. So they took me down, they put an epidural in my spine, and they took me to delivery. And next thing I know, I hear a cry. Well, no, I didn't hear a cry. And it surprised me because the baby was out and it should have been crying, but it wasn't. And it scared me. So they handed it to the pediatrician and he worked with her. And next thing I know, I heard a whimpering little cry. Uh, and then they brought the baby to me. And she was so beautiful, a head full of curls. And I, I was so happy. The joy is unexplainable, truly. And I was so happy. And the doctor asked me, he said, is that what you wanted, a girl? I said, yes, a girl. Uh, but my husband wanted a boy. So uh, next thing I know, I was up on the floor and they brought me the baby again to feed. And I just touched every part of her little body. Her little fingers was so cute. Her little feet was so cute. Uh, Her skin was so soft. It was the most joyous day of my life. Uh, and then the next joyous day was when she was about, I guess, 3 months old, something like that. And this little thing, she could scamper all over the place. And I not know where she is. And so I remember being in her room, folding up the clothes uh, and putting them away. Then all of a sudden I heard something ding, 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 like that. I said, what in the world is that? So I looked around and I saw she wasn't there. So I searched, and went to where I heard the sound. And I went into the kitchen. Uh, she had gotten into the kitchen, under the sink, and removed all of the pots and pans and was banging on them. Ah, Lord, I just smiled. And then she started smiling with me. It was amazing. The feeling was so wonderful and amazing. She was a very independent, still is an intuitive child. And the next time I knew, uh, she started walking at 8 months, and that made me very happy because she was very intelligent to start everything almost uh, early. And it was amazing. I was so happy. Uh, and the next thing is this another example of my joy is getting the papers saying that I had graduated with a BA in psychology. I had gotten my degree, and I was so happy. Uh, Tears almost came to my eyes. That happy, joyous kind of joy that is unexplainable at that moment, because for me, uh, it was difficult going through that. And sometimes I had a feeling that because of my sarcoidosis, that I would never see my degree because it was painful for me going to school, um, studying, all of that. But I was determined not to give up and to have faith. And out of that came my degree. And I was very happy because psychology is a difficult subject. But for me, it wasn't. I enjoyed it. Okay. And I love having that degree. Uh, the next instant is when I received my three doctorates uh, in divinity, theology, and music. And when I got it, and I got a copy of my transcript, and I saw all of this and accomplishment. I also have a certificate in counseling, and I looked at it. Everything was perfect. 4.0, 4.0, 4.0, and the cumulative was 4.0. I said, oh my God, I got perfect grades in my doctorates, and I knew that it was God that helped me to do this. I couldn't have done it on my own, and I was just amazed at it. And I had such joy. It was unexplainable because from the outside with the sarcoidosis that people would think that I couldn't accomplish this. But in my heart, I knew I could. I could accomplish anything I put my mind to with God's help, and I did. So during that time, I got a master's in biblical studies, uh, and then also a BA in biblical studies, plus, of course, my BA in psychology. But in spite of my accomplishments, uh, some people will not give me the respect that I demand because of my accomplishments. And I don't know whether it's the color or my gender or both, but people just will not call me doctor, which I don't understand. Uh, Maybe these people are jealous, resentful. I don't know. I really don't know, and I really don't understand. But I know in time, I have faith that God will work it out, and people will recognize that I'm an accomplished doctor and will start calling me doctor. So, for my tip for today is when things look like it's not going to happen or impossible, have faith and keep on doing what you're doing, and it will work out. Because look at me, it worked out for me in spite of my sarcoidosis. Uh, and also, too, uh, with if you ever went through anything that I did, any of the joyous moments, please comment on it and let me know. And for self care tip, always uh, do some kind of exercise. It helps with uh, pain. It helps with uh, feeling that you have accomplished something. So please continue with or start exercise regime. Okay, and this is my conclusion of this chronicle. Uh, Please subscribe and give me thumbs up and take care of yourself and others. God bless. Good day.